You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
So take these broken wings and we can fly away. How you feeling, bro?
Not bad. Pretty good.
What time did you get to bed on Saturday night?
Late.
Early?
Depends how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
You could say early, you could say late.
Well, like it'd be late for Friday.
No.
As in, like, if you were up from Friday, and then it was late. You stayed up all the way. You know what I mean? Just
Confuses
extended.
me.
Yeah, I know it confuses you.
That confuses me.
But it made sense. That's what we need to know.
Friday threw me. The Friday thing.
No, I know, but it made sense. That's what you need to know.
Yeah, so it was early probably.
Early.
Or late.
Or late, depending how you look at it.
How you look at it?
Yeah. Was the sun up?
At some point.
The sun does come up. We know that.
Comes up.
Yeah.
At probably it's up for at the moment? 15 hours-ish?
Is it getting up? What time's it getting up? Is it 5 or 6-ish?
In the 6s. It was in the 5s, but then we moved the clocks forward. Now it's in the 6s.
Yeah, 6:12 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Kids fucking died.
Yeah,
and it's going down, I'm going to guess, 7:09.
I'm going to say it's going down. Actually, no, when it's going down, I'm going to stick with you.
7:09.
7:09. Eddie's right. Bang on.
You're obviously looking that up. There's no way you just.
I looked it up about
7:09.
2 weeks ago.
Well, there you go.
2 weeks ago.
So that's
Yeah,
why.
so you just fuck. It doesn't come up at the same time. You got to add some shit.
Yeah, but like you
so
2 weeks. So yeah, you basically.
dialed.
Well, no, that's not.
What is it? A minute, 2 minutes every day, something like that.
Well, see, so you already know that as well. So you just like.
Something like that.
Yeah, so that's not
Kids
impressive.
dialed.
That's not impressive. That's
You
just
wouldn't
like.
be able to do that off the
Well,
top
I
of your head.
certainly hadn't fucking looked it up. So no, if I had,
What were we
then
going to guess?
I was going to say something.
Who got it right, me or you?
Well, you already knew it, so you
So-
didn't get it
No,
right.
I got it right.
You didn't get it right.
You
knew
get it right. No, if I knew it, I would have looked at
No,
it this
you
morning.
knew it. You didn't get it right. 'Cause if you fucking hadn't read it, you wouldn't have got it right. But you read it, so that's why you get the exact number. Anyway, I'm happy for you. You're a guy that reads stuff. Good on you.
Yeah. Read it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realise this, but the time changes every day.
Yeah, I know. Well, the time doesn't change. The time changes every second, actually. But not the point, Eddie. Not the point. I want to raise a bone of contention with you, and I'll do it on Thursday as well on the DMP. But you cocksuckers saying that I was off sick again. The fucking heat I was getting because I was currently on the golf course.
Have you ever heard of a fucking bit of a giggle?
Oh, mate, no, I know. I'm
Like,
just
do you
saying.
understand how giggles
No,
work?
I get. No, don't worry. This guy gets giggles. This guy loves a good giggle.
Clearly
the problem
not.
was I was on
Clearly
the
not.
course, so I looked like one of the great fucking liars of all time.
Oh, because you're putting up
I was
videos.
putting up videos on the golf course. Fucking, you're not sick, you piece of shit. I'm like, oh, what do you mean sick? I'm not fucking sick. I'm on holidays.
Oh, good. That's great. I hadn't thought about that.
No, of course you hadn't.
Hadn't linked those two together. No, it was a giggle, mate.
No, it's a big old-fashioned
See,
gig.
I tell you how it works is that you've been sick so many times
Yeah.
that it's funny because you just go sick again
Yeah,
and
kid's
everyone
sick.
believes it.
Yeah.
That's why it's a thing.
Everyone believed it. Everyone's like, you're fucked, mate. But thankfully, I was just playing. To be honest, I was playing so badly, I actually wish I was sick.
Would have been easier if you were.
Can I just quickly shout out? And like my weekend was just glorious, my little holiday, but there's not really much to report other than it was just wonderful.
Yeah, I don't want to play by play. I don't.
You know what I
think people-
mean?
don't
It's
know- I
just
don't-
it's not one of those things. It was a nice, wholesome weekend
I
with
don't think
Street
that- I
and
don't think
Carly and the
people like
babies.
that either.
Beautiful. But fuck, dude, I want to go and live where the hell was
Off
I?
the
Like
grid?
Central Coasty sort of shit, Mackerel Beach sort of area. Mate, that's some living. St. Hubert's Island region. Who's
was
ringing
like-
you, mate?
I thought it was Elza, all money, but wasn't.
I was,
Someone from Engadine. Don't know anyone from Engadine.
worth answering.
Nah.
Don't reckon a little Engadine fucking. Who's he? Is he?
The only thing I know about Engadine is that's where Scamo shit himself. That's
Yep.
all I know.
Shout out to Joyride. But so you had a big old bucksy. Yeah, you all right?
I'm all right, mate. Nothing a fucking day in bed can't fix.
Yeah, big
More or
old
less.
Sunday. Well, I knew you were. I mean, I already knew you were going to be fucking ripping and tearing because I knew there was a Bucks on. But
Well, it was well documented.
the absolute silence, like that room that creates like silence. That's like some perfectly acoustically designed room where like it is dead silent. that when I'm getting dead silence from Edward Simpson's area, I'm like, oh, kids, fucking.
What was this? Was there?
There's nothing for you to be doing.
No.
But it's just, it's not as in you were doing anything wrong by being dead silent, but the dead silence tells a story.
What tells, it informs a narrative, yeah.
Yeah.
And the narrative was leave me alone.
Did you do anything?
that's
Did you
okay.
was there anything particular or like?
Mate, again, I could come in here and I could regale with fucking play-by-plays.
I'm not asking for that.
But Nick Mallett's Bucks, great fun. Big
I
rip
thought it was
and tear.
Mushins for some reason.
No. Big rip and tear, great time. Shout out to Nick. Thanks for having us. And good luck in a couple of weeks. Really proud of you.
Oh, that's nice.
But
That was it. Bucks,
but mate,
bucks.
at my age, at our age, you've seen a couple by now.
Yep.
They're pretty predictable.
Yep.
They're pretty repetitive's not the right word because they're always such fun. But
Yeah.
you've got a blueprint by now.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is that they probably get less extravagant. The first people to have buckses were big dues, go away,
Fireworks.
days at a time, activities, fucking lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then they eventually reach we're not going away, we're doing a day.
We're going here.
Yep.
This is where we're going. We're going to get absolutely fucking belted, and then we're going to go to this place afterwards.
Yeah, and then we'll go here after that, and then we'll go home. Yep. And then you'll wake up and you fucking order naughtiness and lay in bed, and then try to be up for your missus, but then also just begging her to go away, but not saying that to her, but internally.
No. Internally, just leave me alone. But obviously, I need to be considerate of your needs.
Yep.
But know that I don't want to be around anyone.
Yeah, and then you just you point to the big fella upstairs when she leaves the house with her sister to go to the beach for 3 or 4 hours. You're just thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do that, and then you come in, and you wake up on Monday, and you're like, fuck, why is Louis Collins calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday?
Louis
fucking
Collins.
days?
Yeah, what's
go away, mate. Stop treating him you're oh, look at, I'm keen. No. Don't call me at 8 o'clock.
Jesus Christ, the drive-by on our son, Louis. That was, Louis, I do not echo those sentiments.
Well, he deserved it.
You can call me anytime you want.
Did he not deserve it?
Well,
after his little spilling mistake?
Yeah. Now, is that his?
Yes.
That's his. Yeah. So that's on him. Yeah. No, that's fucked. That spelling mistake is fucked.
I love how it's taken, a year and a half for someone to notice.
No, that's not been the whole time.
I think it has.
I don't think so. I think that's fucking unique to this one, which may speak to it not being Louis' fault.
We're about to find out. But we still love Louis. No. Because he got him done in bulk.
Yeah, it's true. So, look, we'll let people in. Fuck it. Who cares? On our tags, on our merch, we've got, the logo and shit, and then home of unqualified opinion, unwavering bias. Louis, who runs our merch, he's also the brains behind 5 by Flynn. Check him out. Love 5 by Flynn. But he may not want us to associate his brand with this right now. He fucking spelled unwavering wrong. Now, some of you could say, why didn't you pick it up at the time?
Not our job.
Trust, I would say. Trust. I didn't check. But
we're too trusting.
We're too trusting. And unwavering is spelled wrong. So it's taken... a year for a dribble.
No one's noticed it.
No one's noticed it.
I didn't notice it when I read it.
I didn't notice it. I know how to spell it, but I didn't notice it when I saw it.
No. It was hidden. It was well hidden. Anyway.
Because of the W. The W sort of...
You reckon that's what does it?
The W, you don't see the I because of the W until you see the I, and then you can't fucking unsee it.
Yeah, but then it's after the A.
Oh, where is it? I'm trying to remember where the fuck.
He's got it AIV, doesn't he?
No, it's AVIE. It's unwaviering.
Yeah.
So it's after the V.
AVIE, yep. Instead of
AIV.
AIV.
So the V. So
it's in such an odd spot that you just don't. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's why Louis got the drive-by.
That's why he got a drive-by. That's why he got it. He didn't if he was just cruising, he wouldn't have got no drive-by.
He didn't even say sorry for it, did he?
He did on the phone.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Just then?
Yeah.
Not to me, Louis, you fucking dog. Nah, it's all right, bro. We love you. But seriously, check out 5 by Flynn if you already don't know about him, because as if you don't, Cool shit. I saw a photo of his. He's got this like terry toweling set coming out.
Oh yeah, it's hot stuff.
Send one to your dad, please.
Yeah, your dad's.
No, we'll buy it. Let's buy them. Sometimes I feel bad.
No, we buy them. We always buy.
No,
shit
I know
off
we
him.
do always buy them, but then he gave us those jumpers, which I wanted to buy.
Oh, he did. Cherry blossom.
Anyway, I'm sure you guys really give a fuck. Eddie, I wanted to just raise something with you and get maybe the thoughts of the punter and the dribbler at some stage, but have you heard of the ACRAs?
The ACRASs.
Yeah. It's whatever it is. Or ACRA.
I'm not completely au fait with the acronym. Once you describe what it was, then I was like, yeah, I've heard of them.
Australian Commercial Radio Awards.
ACRAs.
I believe. They obviously were on. They were held on the weekend, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing some photos popping around on the socials. Didn't get an invite. You and I are radio guys now with SEN. Thought maybe, what? Fucking, are we nominated? Did anyone nominate us? Best yarns?
Yeah. Was there a best yarn category?
Was there a best yarn category that we didn't fucking hear about or didn't get nominated for?
I bet you there.
Like,
if there wasn't, there should have been.
Why aren't we fucking nominated for best yarns? Or just nominated. I'm not even saying we got to win.
Best on air team.
Best on air team? No disrespect to Jimmy and Nath from fucking, it's provincial. Metro. Jonesy and Amanda, well, that's fair.
Individual talent of the year, Kyle Sandilands, sure. Because we're more of a duo. Best
are
program,
we best on air team country? We're from the country.
We're not. We run in the country. Does SEN go out to the country?
Of course it does. It's national. But you and I are from the country as well.
Best music host, probably not ours.
No, that's not going to get that.
The Breno, what's that? Best new talent on air.
I don't know why it's called the Breno. That might be after
Who's Breno?
someone.
Anyway.
Shit.
Look, Tom, we should have been.
Whose responsibility is this? Is this, do we send Dave or Tobler to march into the SEN headquarters and be like, so I'm not going to go down there.
We want change.
We get the boys fucking to the ACRAs.
I would have loved to have been at the ACRAs.
Now, obviously, I couldn't have gone. I had something on.
I wouldn't have been able to go.
I wouldn't have been able to go, but like, fuck, at least you invite us.
I would have loved to have been given an opportunity to attend the to say no. But to attend the ACRAs and, was it the ACRAs?
Podcast of the Year Award, the children in the pictures. Now, that could be something quite important. I don't know. Best podcast by a radio show. Bianca, Ben and Lakey. Lift the lid. Okay. Podcast host of the year. It's a lot. Abby Chatfield, listener, radio. Okay, I get it. Shout out to Abby Chatfield.
Next year, Tom.
Next year, surely. But again, these podcasts, yeah, okay. So they do a podcast category. We've really been fucked here, dude.
Completely fucked.
Completely fucked. Anyway, shout out to not being invited.
We don't get invited to much.
No, we don't get invited to shit. But, the Glenn Daniel Award, the Tuang Glenn. Wow. Now, that's an award I want.
The Glenn Daniel Award?
Yeah.
Have it in the office?
Best News Presenter FM. That's the only problem. We don't present the news. Kind of do. A version of it.
You could mount a fairly strong case that we present a version of the news.
Surely.
It's our version. It's as told
Best
by us.
sports event coverage to the fucking 22 State of Origin side of the continuous call team. What about fucking last day of the Ashes? Live stream.
Didn't go on radio.
7 hours. That's a good
It's
point.
probably what they'd say. We would have won that fucking comfortably.
Surely.
Wait, this might actually be last year's awards, even though in the URL it says 2023 winners and finalists.
Listen, would it shock? Nah.
They haven't updated their website yet, I don't think.
2023 ACRA Awards.
It's got to be 2023.
I think it'll be 2023.
No, but because they're giving out prizes for the 2022 State of Origin coverage.
Great point.
That is a good point.
But Bali Bombing's 20 years on, I think, was this year.
Yeah. And Amanda
that could
and
be a typo.
Jonesy
That might have been a typo.
Jonesy and Amanda got best on our team, but of course they could have got that last year. So who knows?
Who knows?
I'm
Anyway,
gonna
punters and dribblers. It's
Kaninsky, music over.
basically our way of just pointing out that we feel like we should have been.
We've been robbed. Punters and dribblers, we are brought to you, as always, by our good friends at Ned's, #1 punting platform on planet Earth. And this week is Gambling Harm Awareness Week. Now, obviously, we love to have a punt, Eddie and I. We do a lot of punting-based content. But we are always stressing that, the importance of doing it responsibly, right? Like, it's all well and good to have a bit of fun, no matter what you're doing. But there is always that concern that you can let it get out of control, and that is what Gambling Harm Awareness Week is about.
That's 100% right, Tom. So punters and dribblers, make sure you check in with your mates. Make sure you're betting what you can afford. Bet within your means. Like, you don't have to be a hero. You don't have to go over the top like a tenner will do. You know what I mean? Make sure you're balancing your punting with other activities, and that wagering should not just consume everything that you're doing.
No, exactly right. Have it for a bit of fun. Like say, if you were to talk to me and be like, Tom, don't eat fucking M&Ms every day. Just pick your moments. Have a couple of M&Ms here and there.
It'd be overkill. I'd like, mate, buddy, you've got an M&M problem because you're eating them for every meal and it's too much. But you can have M&Ms once a week.
Listen, moderation, punters and dribblers. Check out the Ned's Punters Assist tool in the app for features that can help you manage your betting. Key features include deposit limits, market control, and curfew settings, as we always say. And we'll say it again, gamble responsibly, please. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. I'm actually feeling pretty fresh today. I didn't have a shitload of sleep. I stayed up late last night drinking techies and trying to beat Bubba Watson. I did it as well. I beat him.
You got him?
I got him. Fucking Tiger Woods is hard. I said the other day that like I can read the greens now. That's the last time I've read the greens. It's kind of like real golf. When you think you're good, when you think you've worked something out, and then you don't.
So you don't read the greens anymore?
Awful.
So you didn't? How'd you beat Bubba Watson then?
Well, I had to play until 12:30.
Reading the greens?
You get better. Like, as in you can read them. Like, as in I got better at reading them. But I'd had it was a long day, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to unwind with the techie, and I'm going to play a bit of golf. Just like, it's fucking just as stressful. I was playing so bad, I ended up going to bed kind of pissed off. I was annoyed that I had to play till 12:30 just to beat Bubba. It's fucking stupid. Anyway.
Good for you, mate.
Yeah, thank you so much, Edward. What the fuck do you want to talk about, mate? What do we got? There's a bit happened on the weekend.
Mate, a lot happened on the weekend. There's you and I haven't. There's a couple of things you and I need to touch on.
Yeah.
You were obviously on holidays, so you and I haven't been able to digest them together. Now, I know that some of these things are a little bit old and newsy, but it's important, I think, that you and I run an eye over it. Now, Eddie Jones...
Trade up.
Is now probably one of the great traders of all time. Not probably.
He is. And, where he hasn't come out and said anything yet. I think that's happening tomorrow. I thought it was today. But, let's assume the rumours are true because it's being reported in Japan that he's going. That is one of the most scumbag fucking moves. Scumbag piece of shit moves.
It almost feels... I can't help but feel like he goes, I'm going to go in there and just fuck shit up and then bounce.
Yeah, but you can't say that because that'll get you fucking defamatorized.
I said it feels like that.
Yeah, it feels.
It feels like it.
No one would ever do that, but that's just how it feels to a hurt nation.
Yeah, that's the feeling I've got in my body. Is that he goes, fuck it. Because he's clearly reached out to Japan. You don't offer someone who's signed a 4-year deal a contract after 2-3 months or 4 months. You don't do that. He's gone, oi, what do you reckon?
It's weird, though, because he signed it for 4 years with Australia, didn't he? Or was it the intention was 4 years? 4 years?
No, signed 4 years. And then gets offered another job in that short time period. I think he's gone, oi.
It was a 5-year contract.
5.
Through the next World Cup.
There you go. Okay, so I was wrong. It's 5 years. You don't go looking for a coach who's just signed a 5-year contract unless that coach has maybe through their management potentially, allegedly, just had a little look around and gone and just said, hey, Japan, you remember when Eddie coached you? And, we beat South Africa and we had a nice time. Like, what do you reckon? You want to run that back? And they would have gone, okay, let us look into it. Here's an offer, Eddie. Eddie takes it before the World Cup, goes over there, picks a fucking team that no one knows. We get humped by everyone.
2 wins in his entire fucking time, 6 different captains.
Losses to New Zealand B, South Africa B, Argentina B, Fiji, Wales.
Out in the fucking pools.
France. Humped. And then I'm going to go work for Japan. And now Australia's plan to go through the 2027 World Cup at home, try and make money, try to revitalise, maybe save the sport, Tom, is absolutely fucked. They would have had to pay out Dave Rennie, who they fired for Eddie Jones, and now we don't have
who was not doing that bad of a job now in hindsight when you see what fucking...
D. Rennie was going okay.
Listen, when you see
Okays might be generous, but he was doing better than
also,
Eddie.
like... Whoever made that decision now needs to, like, is it Hamish McLennan or McLaughlin? Or
McLennan, yeah.
Like, people at the rugby board level need to fucking, like, surely they got to go. Like, you've got rid of Rennie, you've hired this fucking traitor.
You know what I think it might be time for?
Also a national apology to that guy who called him a traitor.
To both those guys.
Yeah, but there was the main guy who shit his absolute pants after he got called out.
Yeah. He had poo running down his leg. Make no mistake.
And I respect that.
You have to.
Yeah, I have to.
Of all people, you need to respect a good poo down the leg.
Poo a good spec, yeah. Well done.
Is it time, Tom, potentially to start looking at an old boy? Could Phil Waugh, CEO and coach?
Oh, fuck. No, fuck that. Jesus Christ. I mean, sure.
No, but I'm just saying...
Well, that's cost cutting.
No,
that's prudent
I'm looking...
fiscal management.
What I'm saying is, like, who knows better than the old boys?
Yeah.
No one.
No.
Like, the old boys are like...
Old boys have had
elite. They're best in class, right?
Phil Kearns,
bang.
John Eales.
Done. Maybe they all coach. Bring them all together.
Yeah.
Combine the night... Get the...
Maybe the board, the Rugby Australia board, coach the side.
Yeah. Or get the brightest minds and talent out of the 91 and 99 sides, combine them, bang. Make a super coach.
Where's Stephen Larkham at?
Larkham could coach.
I feel like Larkham actually would be good. Did he ever coach Australia, or did he miss out?
Was he at the Brumbies?
Oh, yeah.
And was he? I think he might have been assistant for Australia.
But, like, has he gone on to coach, like, club sides around the world?
Yeah, he's currently coaching the Brumbies.
Is he the Brumbies coach?
Yes.
Not like assistant?
No, senior coach. He also did coach them from 2014 to 2017.
Yeah, okay.
And now from last year, he's been coaching them.
Where was he in between?
He was the attacking coach for the Wallabies from 2015 to 2019, and then he was
We made the World Cup in that year, 2015.
Yep. And then he was a senior coach at Munster.
Dude, let's get Bernie in. Fuck it. He's old boy, but he's not like establishment old boy.
He's not old brass though.
No, he's not.
He's an old boy.
He's an old boy, but he's not establishment old boy.
No, exactly. And there's a huge difference.
There's a massive, it's completely different.
It's not the same thing.
It's not at all. Now, that's as much rugby as I want to talk about, but Eddie Jones is a traitor, and I don't really think that there's going to be... he's tarnished his legacy forever in this country, as far as I'm concerned, if he leaves to Japan.
Mate of mine saw him training the next day at the SFS, and I was like, that's bold. That's fucking bold from Eddie.
He just... especially
he doesn't give a shit.
No, well, he's just doing what he's doing. Listen, there may be some extenuating explanation here, which I'm prepared to wait for, but we kind of haven't waited for it.
No one's waited. It's not the Australian way, mate.
Anything could have happened then. My God, that was a lot of flexing. And
was that risky?
Huh?
Risky?
There's nothing I can do. It was a sneeze, mate. Good luck holding on to that.
Tobler has just sent me a link with regards to this Eddie Jones dilemma about a body language expert who has made a bold claim based on one of Eddie's interviews.
Okay.
So they've gone on to say, it appears to me that Eddie Jones is not being honest in his press conference, and I do believe that he has an interview with Japan. So this was after he came out and denied meeting Japan after those first rumors came out.
Yeah, he was just, but he basically didn't deny it. He was just like, I'm not talking about it.
His eyebrows are up and his eyes are wide, which is a sign of fear. He's afraid he's been rumbled and that his deception has not been bought. He shakes his head when he answers in the affirmative, which is contradictory, and the language he uses is lying by admission, which means he's skirting over it and essentially saying no comment.
Yeah. Well,
listen.
case closed.
Case closed. I don't think we needed a body language expert to deduce that. I think we all fucking knew.
I think his eyebrows are also constantly raised, so that may actually just be...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It would have been weird if they were down.
Yeah, true. Droopy.
Droopy. That would have been strange.
Now, I want to talk about the baddest motherfucker in the country. Go from the traitor in Eddie Jones to the greatest Australian living right now. And that's the motherfucker Alexander the Great Volkanovski, who on 11 days' notice has come in and saved the fucking, what's the UFC 294 card this Sunday, available on main event via KO. Main card starts at 5 a.m. It's early, but like if you're not getting up for this fucking thing, then you're one of the great pussies of all time, because we will be. We might even live stream for
Well, you hate your country.
You hate your country. Volkanovski, on 11 days' notice, had surgery on his elbow in July, is having a rematch with Islam Makhachev, who's the current lightweight world champion, who many believe Volk beat the last time they fought. This is a fight that we all, like, we were all horny for this rematch anyway, but Charles Oliveira got a cut in training and had to pull out. The UFC called Volk so quickly, was like, 11 days turnaround for the biggest fight of your career against a fucking animal like Islam. It happened so quickly that, like, Charles fucking pulled out. The UFC called Volk. He was like, yep, done. That even fucking people who should have been in the know didn't know. Like, it happened so quickly.
Do you think that Australia's greatest living athlete just goes, you know what? This is the fight I want more than anything. They're hard to put together, different weight class. I'm just going to pretend like I'm just going to prepare as if he pulls out.
I think his general approach, Volk, is like, stay ready, stay prepared. He trains all the time. Like, he's just a guy. Now, is he going to be in the nick that he's in? Like, is he in full-on camp mode, Nick? Probably not, because he was at the fucking AFL Grand Final with Jarchi a couple of weeks ago. So he's not fucking in full training camp, Nick, right? Like,
that's true, because otherwise he wouldn't have been there.
He was DJing at the fucking AFL Grand Final. That's right. Australia's greatest living Australian human ever is also a DJ.
That speaks to his greatness, doesn't it?
It does. But so he has just gone, fuck it, I'm going to come in and do it. Now, the thing that he's got in his favour, right, is if he were to lose, I assume that there is an automatic rematch clause in there for him, where it's like, yeah, I come back, I fight again, I get a full camp. Like, fuck this. But if he wins, it's like the greatest. He will be considered, I would assume, close to one of the greatest to ever do it.
But even if there isn't...
Which he already is.
Even if there isn't a rematch clause in there, he might be of the belief that you need to risk it for the biscuit, Tom.
Oh, he's certainly of that belief.
He's a biscuit operator.
He's a guy who will risk it for the biscuit. But you think if Daddy Dana White calls you up and goes, hey, bro, we need you to come save this card on 11 days' notice. Do you want to fight Islam?
I reckon he'd do it, rematch clause or not. That's what I'm saying.
Same. But you've got all the cards. So you'd go, give me this money and give me a rematch clause. UFC goes, sweet. Sure. They're not short of a quid. And, like, why the fuck wouldn't they give him a rematch? Because if he was to lose, the rematch is, like, reasonable, right? Because he's stepped up and done it.
And you could argue he won the first.
And he fucking fought Max Holloway 3 times in a row and beat him.
Every time.
And he just went, all right, I'll do it. So, like, the UFC love him and he works his dick off. Like, he does what, he'll fight anyone.
I don't think Islam would be happy about this situation.
No, see, that's the thing as well. Someone was saying, he's been trying to avoid it. But
I'd be off it if I was Islam.
But then do you hear Islam's quote?
No.
So can you try and find, Dana White was like, I may have even saved it. Dana was talking about it where Dana called Islam and was like, I think, I'll just paraphrase it, but it was like, you're sweet for Volk's the man, you're sweet for, he comes in and he's like, what's the point of this belt that I have here, this championship belt? What does it mean? It means that I'm the best, and it means that I'll fucking fight anyone in any situation. And you have to be prepared to do that if you want to do this. Like, went on this full thing about, like...
Oh, I like that.
To the point where Dana's like, I'm getting it now put up in the UFC Institute. Like, that quote is so fucking... so hard. Like, I'm just getting it up.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
See if you can find it.
Mate, I reckon this could be one of the all-time fucking yarns again. The first time was unbelievable. This one,
it's a chance to really fucking...
Can I tell you?
cement yourself.
I feel like they're... And you could say, Edward, you're heavily biased. I am. But I also know when there's something in the air. And there's something in the air. And I think Alex can win.
Yeah.
I think he will win.
And the thing is, he knows now. He knows what to expect, and he knows where maybe in the first fight, which he finished on top of Islam, pounding the fuck out of him, where maybe he gave him a little more credit than he should have.
He said he admitted as much. He goes, I gave him too much credit in the early rounds. I believed he was as strong as he said he was, and then I realised that, oh no.
I'm as strong as I say.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think you'll see a different approach from the big fella. If he can stay on his feet to a certain degree and not just get fucking taken out and round suffocated like last time, he can win easily. Which should be lovely. Because I'll tell you what, it would be nice, Tom. It would be nice to start saying, you know what? The greatest of all time is actually someone I really respect and like.
Yes.
As opposed to potential other goats who's... You know,
well, they're off.
Their actions out of the ring are a little bit fucking. Well, not a little bit, like fucking low, bro.
Very how you going? Very how are ya? Very like how you going?
Very how are ya?
Yeah,
and very how you going? Whereas Alex Volkanovski, of one of the nicest men on the planet fame, would be the ultimate pin-up boy for goatness.
Yes, correct. And an Aussie. Thanks for coming.
From Wingdang.
Yeah. And we'll go
Side
down
of the
there.
highway stuff.
We will, mate, we might actually have to start, like, we'll try find where the mayor's house is and we'll go and, like, pick it outside his house.
If he wins and the mayor doesn't get his shit together, I'm picketing.
Let's pick it.
I'll pick it. I'll fucking pick it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. And not like that weird church picketed, like the opposite of the inverse.
No, as in the West Barrow Baptist Church. We're not doing that.
No.
We're not saying, like, God hates the mayor. We could say God hates the mayor of Windang.
We could say that.
You could do that sort of
so
stuff.
So we'll borrow an element.
Listen, we'll borrow some of it, but not...
The picketing and the God hates part.
Yes, but everything after hates, we're going to stop.
We'll stop.
We won't.
And we do not agree with that.
No, we don't agree with anything after. Well, we don't agree with any of it, but like...
Well, but we agree with the picketing and the God hates.
God hates the mayor of Windang.
So I can't say we don't have... I can't say we don't agree with that.
No. Listen, there's a part of it that we've got and we'll take inspiration from. Wrong word, but God hates mayor of Windang and, you know...
Yep.
Well, this might actually hit home for Mayor of Wollongong, who was the guy who made the decision, Reverend Gordon Bradbury, a minister at the Uniting Church.
Might be a bit red hot to start fucking bringing his religion into it.
God hates you, bro.
God hates you.
Well, listen, we might need to reconsider
Maybe
that.
not hates.
Picketing is...
Yeah, picketing, definitely.
God loves Volk. Loves Volk.
Yeah, maybe God loves Volkanovski. Keep it positive.
Yeah, I think we can.
God would give Volk the keys.
God would go down a Volk.
There you go. Controversial.
Sometimes you need to be a little bit punchy on a picket, I think.
Yeah, you do. Well, now that is West Barrow Baptist Church. That's their approach. We don't want to be there. We don't want to...
Good punchy.
A good punchy, a positive punchy. Not fucking how you going punchy. But, mate, obviously we're talking about this as well, like this segment brought to you by KO.
Yeah,
but
you mentioned it at the top, and it's worth
reiterating that it is available on KO this Sunday, main card 5 a.m.
But also worth reiterating.
By KO.
Worth reiterating, if you don't buy the fight, you hate your nation.
It's like
it's as simple as that.
But also when there's the beauty of fight sports, and I find fight sports the main one where this rings true, more so than like, footy games and shit like that, which are like the World Cup final, right? For rugby, say, like, finals of that nature, that'd be soccer World Cup.
How you going? Are you going all right?
I'm fine. Absolutely fine. those sorts of things, you know, you get up for those finals, right? An Olympic final, a World Cup final, soccer, rugby, whatever. This is the sort of shit with fighting where they happen all the time, but they're the ones that you think back to, like Tyson fights and all these like historical fights that people still talk about. Like, these are the ones where you make an effort to go and fucking watch them because
this will be historic.
Yeah.
So you must be up.
Now, when you
get up, stay up, be up. Doesn't matter.
Now, when you are like just on the precipice of completion, right, in terms of going like, wow,
like the final frontier,
2 strokes away, sort of stuff, and you've got the main event, which is Volk v Islam 2. What you've got on the co-main event is Khamzat Chimaev of terrifying individual, title contender guy. Coming up against, it was going to be Paulo Costa, but he was withdrawn with staph infection. He's now going to be fighting a man who was pound for pound greatest in the world, like this time last year almost, or no, before that, little bit before that. At the start of last year, he's the fucking former welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, who's gone up in middleweight, to middleweight. The winner of this fights Sean Strickland for the belt. Now,
Chimaev is fucking terrifying.
Chimaev 12-0, Kamaru 20-3. But like, this is Khamzat's biggest test, I would think. Kamaru's older, but like, this is just one where you go.
He'd still be heavy favourite, wouldn't he, Chimaev?
I would say he would be favourite, but only because Kamaru's on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's a fucking world-class wrestler. But then Chimaev can wrestle, but he's got hands. But Kamaru's got hands. Like, this is a way better fight than Paulo Costa, put it that way. Paulo Costa's cool. Like, you know, he's a bit of fucking, but he's not, like, he's probably not going to win a title.
Paulo Costa is like,
he's entertaining.
Yeah,
it would have been a brawl. Like, they would have beat but this is like a real test, I would have thought, in my infantile pea brain, that this is a bigger test for
Has
Khamzat.
Usman been losing at middleweight?
Well, he just lost 2 title fights. That's it. No, at welterweight.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is his first time up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's against, these 2 losses are against the champion. First one was a head kick. The second one was a split decision. So it wasn't exactly like it's not like he sucks.
No, exactly. Middleweight's a fair way up as well, I think, in weight.
What is it, the difference?
It'd be...
Then there's Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Ankalaev had, in fairness, a horrendously boring fight against who was the old champion in light heavyweight, Jan Blachowicz. It was a shit fight.
Keep going down.
But he is a title contender, and he's fighting Johnny Walker, who's also a title contender.
Well, 15 pounds.
Those dudes like to throw.
Difference.
But Kamaru would still have to lose weight to make middleweight. He's not like he'd be walking around much heavier than middleweight.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's huge. But so yeah, the fight then before that is Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. So he's another Dagestanian weapon. Go down. Who else is on the card?
That's it for the main card.
No,
mate, the whole
there'd be more than that on the whole. There's only 3 fights on the main.
Obviously.
That doesn't make sense.
No. You've got to go to the website. You've got to go to the
okay.
website. Too many people have pulled out, so Google's
Yeah,
fucked
there's
out.
been a couple of pulleys. So yeah, is that okay? Because this is in Abu Dhabi, so that's why there's a lot of Russians. Saeed Nurmagomedov. Okay, don't know who these other guys are, but usually what they do is they start the main card off with some people that are going to fucking bang. So, listen, dude, Russians are scary as fuck. Ikram Aliskerov.
They just look scary.
Yeah, they do. Well, when you think about it, like, what's the population of Russia, ish?
About 70 million, I think.
70 million.
Maybe 80.
Just like in a tough country with fuckloads of...
143 mil.
There you go.
143.
In a tough country, as in like harsh, with a...
Cold.
Cold. That's what I mean. Everything harsh. Like...
Vast.
Not just fucking socioeconomically or lifestyle-wise harsh, but the actual climate, the country is harsh as fuck. these are the baddest, toughest motherfuckers to have come out of one of the toughest, baddest, hardest places on planet Earth. So of course they look fucking.
So
scared.
it's creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Cream risers, punters and dribblers know that. So the hardest have risen.
The hardest, dude. The hardest. So that's why they all look at just fuck. But like, is Nurmagomedov like a Smith in Russia? Or are they all from the same family?
Or are they from
they a
the same
dynasty?
area? And like, if you live in this area, there's like, that's just the names around here. Is Nurmagomedov like Smith? Potentially, mate.
His name's Said Nurmagomedov. No, I'm sure it's Saeed. But
Yeah,
it
well,
looks like
it's
Said.
spelt the same as said.
Spelt
That's
the
why it looks like it, because it literally is.
There's on Wikipedia, if you search the name Nurmagomedov, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who are mixed martial artists.
Yeah, there's a
all
couple in
Russian.
Bellator as well. But why though?
So
Are they from the same family?
Is it like if you're a Rockefeller, you bank? If you're a Nurmagomedov, you fight? Is that sort of how it works?
bankers and biffers?
It's it sounds small, but I feel like it's decent still. 1 in 10,000 people in Russia will have the name Nurmagomedov.
That's fucking heaps.
1 in 10,000.
Yeah.
So what's
10,000 into 140 million?
Now we're talking.
Oh wait, that's times. Math's not my strong suit. Getting
Clearly.
there. 14,000.
So 14,000 people have the name.
That's
Nurmagomedov.
not that much. I guess it'd be fucking. I feel like there'd be more people called Smith.
In Russia.
No, in Australia. How many people do you reckon are called Smith?
1 in 6,000. I reckon it's more.
Let's
Smith's
see.
more, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon 1 in 6,000. Maybe less. Maybe 1 in 2,000.
Here we go for Smith.
In Victoria, 1 in 123. Is that what that means?
Yep.
Jesus.
Wait, 1 in 123 people are called Smith?
Yeah, there's 66,000 people in Victoria with the last name Smith.
Right, so we were correct then that there are more Smiths than Nurmagomedovs
By fuckloads.
by a country mile.
1 in 123 people have the last name Smith. Smiths everywhere.
In Tasmania, 1 in every 76 people has the name
Lol.
Smith.
Fucking
Smith,
lol.
short for
Smudge? That's a nickname.
blacksmith.
Well, you can smith a variety of things, I believe. You could be like a blacksmith. You could be other types of things that people make smith.
Well done, Dave.
Yeah.
Locksmith.
Or
Locksmith. There you go. Thank you, Tobler.
That's all, though. That's kind of it for me.
Yeah, but I think when people used to like actually make stuff, blacksmith, bladesmith, brownsmith, coinsmith, coppersmith, a lot of them.
Content Smith.
Check out the Levels hats. They're on sale, by the way. We're rocking them. Scope, Mace,
The
Lukey,
boys.
Levels.
Nice fit.
They are a good fit. I like them.
Nice
Where'd they
material.
get them? Levels.com, I think. Do you know the website?
Just go to their Instagram.
Go to their
You just
Instagram.
use the link there.
Anyway, fuckloads of Smiths in Australia, absolutely decimating the Nurmagomedovs. Now, once more, for the people who missed it, this Biff Sunday, kicking off 5 a.m, main event via KO in front of the paywall.
That's Eastern Savings, Eastern
Eastern Daylight Savings Time.
bang.
Eastern Savings Daylight
So
Time.
if you live in Queensland, I don't know what the fucking time would be.
Listen, Queensland, like, not our problem. You know, not our problem.
Not my problem. Not your problem.
No.
Did you see what Connor said about Volk?
What did Connor say?
He can't hold my spit bucket or some shit like that.
Yeah, he said Volk couldn't hold my spit bucket.
Listen, bruh, Connor, shut the fuck up. Come back and fight. You're a legend. You're great. You've done it. But, like, if you're going to, don't be Dylan Danis about it, you know?
Seriously. So what is the
Because you
go?
say that shit all the time.
What's the go with him? So he enters the testing pool. Something happens with USADA and then they leave.
USADA basically are ending their relationship with the UFC, and I don't exactly know why they are, but part of it was that they were talking about Conor McGregor coming back into the testing pool. Now, like, I think that there's a lot of speculation about, like, whether he was doing PEDs while he was out and all that sort of shit, and I think now it's largely, like, acknowledged that he was, But the reason why he was
For
doing
his
it
knee.
is for his leg, not his knee.
His leg, right.
Like, so they were basically, when he did the injury, the concern was whether he'd have proper use of his leg again, not whether he'd fight again. It was like, so I think that there is potentially, from what I was listening to on Morning Combat, which is a good MMA show, that potentially the separation from the UFC and USADA is going to take a little bit more of a common sense approach to like performance enhancing drugs in the aiding of rehabbing, and so that you can potentially like dip in and out of the testing pools, so that if you've got these fucked up injuries, which are commonplace in a fucking intense sport, that you are giving yourself the best opportunity to come back and rehab. And then still you got to come back and you got to be clean and everything. Now, I don't know what that does in terms of like, does that mean like, just because you're clean, are you not still dealing with the effects of now you're jacked? Let's just say obviously it helps his leg, but like you also get jacked, right? So like, what does that do?
That gets messy because it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to use the peptide, for example, to rehab my injury, but also I'm going to fucking shift in while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd be mad not to.
But well, you would. But that's also the thing where you go like, whatever. Like I'm a bit more like, don't mind it. Also, I think part of the way USADA was going about their business was like, they fucking woke up Volk at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. on the day of a fight to get him to do a piss test. And it's like, hey, dude. Like,
well, before his second fight, apparently they were fucked.
With Max.
Yeah, it was fucked.
And it's like, that's not reasonable. So they're saying like maybe just more common sense, reasonable approaches with this new body that they're going to go with. But they used Conor McGregor. And so that's why the UFC came out and was like fucking really pissed off about it all. Because they kind of, USADA used Conor McGregor as some sort of like way to generate media attention by saying like I think maybe they had concerns about the way that he was going to potentially be allowed back into the sport.
Right. Well, they've fucked him, like they've fucked us USADA off. They're not working together anymore. It was interesting. It wasn't until I started looking into it, realised how few big bodies actually use USADA. It's basically fucking the Olympics.
Yeah, it's the Olympics, Paralympics, Pan American and Parapan American sports. So the UFC are going to be making their own kind of program alongside another organization called Drug Free Sport International. And Drug Free Sport International also look after NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and NCAA. And
NFL and NBA.
So NFL, you're like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, LeBron James still doing the damn thing at fucking 40? Okay.
And to your point, Tom...
you see some of the gentlemen in NFL, you're like...
Dude, DK Metcalf? I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying...
You're not saying anything, Tom.
I don't need to say anything.
I think we've all seen the photo of Jared Hayne at the 49ers.
With all the... Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's just a bit of a difference.
I'm pretty sure it's like a fucking open secret about the NBA.
An open secret?
In the sense that it's like, you know...
It's not a secret.
That's why it's called an open secret. But there is some... I can't remember where I heard that, but... And that could be bullshit. Obviously, alleged, not really. But again, I don't mind it if it's like just pushing. In fighting, maybe it's a bit more hectic because it's like the ramifications of getting your head kicked off is like a little bit more. But like in NBA, NFL, it's like NRL, let's push this shit. Let's see how fucking amazing we can get. Let's see how high we can jump. Let's see how fast we can run. Let's see how far out from the try line you can leave the ground and soar like an eagle.
To the sea.
No, to the try line.
It's just,
Well,
fly like an eagle.
No, but that's not where we were going. We were
To
going
the sea.
But no, we're going to the try line.
Mate, it depends where you're playing.
Well, if you're playing at
you playing at
Tongue,
Wollongong?
playing at Blue Tongue, you fly right over there into the ocean. I drove past Blue Tongue yesterday.
One of my favorite things in this article about the UFC's new drug program is that the person in charge of the new program is former FBI Special Agent George Pirro, best known for interrogating former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein.
Read that yesterday.
Yeah. So
he's got runs on the board.
Guy's got runs on the board. Now, I don't know, was Saddam doping?
He was dodgy.
But was he on PEDs?
Well, only I don't think they released that. I think it's classified.
Is that classified? Is that like a doctor-patient confidentiality?
Let me ask
sort
you
of
this.
thing?
Let me ask you this. If he interrogated him, clearly, like, why else bring this bloke in? He's a.
They didn't kill him for doing that, did he? Saddam was on drugs when he decided. Now, what sort of drugs? Was he lifting?
Let's find out.
Was he
I gotta
shifting?
get around
Was he
this
lifting and
table.
shifting? Or high on drugs? I don't know if you get high on
It just didn't say
steroids.
high, it just said on drugs.
Probably high on drugs. Saddam was heavily into drugs. He began in 1959 with cannabis, gateway drug cannabis. And then when he seized power in 1979, he used heroin at times. Okay, well, that's a step up. He decided to invade Kuwait because he was probably not in his normal state. He was on drugs, and drugs made him lose his mind.
Listen, I think they probably got this bloke into.
Heroin is not going to improve your performance, so I think it's a play on. I'm not saying do heroin, but like Saddam shouldn't have come in under any sort of sports body scrutiny if he was just doing heroin.
They just wanted to cross their T's and dot their I's, mate.
They need to make sure.
They needed to make sure that he wasn't fucking on PED.
Well, that's probably why he was allowed to still compete.
The problem with Saddam is that you never saw him with his shirt off, or at least I didn't. So I'm like,
Have we got any shirtless photos of Saddam?
I don't know what sort of nick he was in.
Yeah, he was hairy. We know that.
Well, no, he was hairy.
He was hairy.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, which I think is maybe a byproduct of steroids. I don't know if that's true. Or testosterone. Okay. Look, I wouldn't look twice. I wouldn't think he was.
Listen, can I tell you something? That man's not doping.
No, I don't think so. Is that him with Freddie Mercury? No,
I
that's
don't
not him.
know. What's this going?
That's not Saddam.
Is that?
That's not Saddam.
Fake history.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
going
yeah,
to say that that's Freddie Mercury and that's not Saddam. There's a lot of photos of people that aren't Saddam up here.
Yeah, there are. But there's also more. Can we go Tyrant's pants? I want to look.
Go
Saddam, the one there with him in his undies.
Oh, yeah. This one.
I'm going to try and glean some penile implications because also I think it shrinks your testes, right? Has he got nuts on him? I think he's fucking hung, dude. Jesus Christ. Don't you reckon he looks like there's a lot going on there?
He looks like he's wearing a nappy.
Those undies, yeah, but that's the type of undies.
They're no good.
No, well,
They're
it looks
no
like,
good.
yeah, but it looks like he's taking a shit in the front of that nappy. That's what it's, that thing looks filled.
He's filled it out.
He's filled it out.
He's
Listen,
100% filled it
Listen,
out.
he was a tyrant. He got killed for it. Good riddance, but the man was packing heat. Don't think he was on steroids, though. I think the eye test would have helped on that one.
I think literally ask him to take his shirt off.
Yeah, nah, you're good, bro.
In 2 seconds, you can realise there's no definition there whatsoever.
Testicles still big and full and
And
plump.
well, listen, you're not filling that out thing out without the testes
Testes big, full, plump,
providing
and
a
juicy.
little bit of assistance, Tom.
Penis looks to be all there. Looks to be in fucking working order.
Well, I'm not. Listen,
But like, look at his legs. There's no steroids in those legs.
look at his arms.
Oh, I know.
Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So now I'm questioning why this fucking bloke's involved at all.
Yeah, same. Now that's a.
I mean, you don't have any runs on the board.
No, you don't have
Saddam
runs on the
wasn't on
board.
shit.
No, I could have told you that as well. But like, we were young when Saddam was getting into his work, really. So I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really know what doping was at the time either. So I wasn't fully, thinking about it. But I run my eyes over that. I go, big dick, big balls, no muscles, not cheap.
Yeah. So easy. No definition. Huge fucking package.
Yeah.
Nothing to see
Nothing
here.
to see here.
Now, if you'd said to me that this bloke had been like up Lance's asshole,
Yeah.
then I go, okay,
With a mag light?
yeah. Now you're starting to tell me that you know a thing or two.
Yeah. But and because Lance not muscly. Now it could have been an EPO thing as well.
No,
Maybe Saddam was just trying to get his aerobic capacity up.
He doesn't have a big. That's not a big.
He doesn't have an engine on him.
No, there's no engine there.
Nah, there's a big dick and balls.
He's not gonna.
That's it.
He's not gonna pull a 6-minute erg. That bloke.
No, there's no way. No way.
I'm starting to think, Tom, based on what I now know, based on the bloke's runs on the board,
Yeah.
is that I think that UFC stars might start to look more like NFL players and less like Saddam.
Which I'm here for.
If I have to guess which way they'll go
Yeah.
on the doping
Paradigm.
with the boat, yeah.
Or
At
the spectrum.
The spectrum. This end, UFC fighters. That end,
Saddam Hussein.
Hussein.
Prime Saddam Hussein as well. Like, good Nick Saddam
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not on steroids.
Like 1990 Saddam.
Correct.
Kuwait, Saddam.
Yeah. Burn in hell, by the way. There was a fair bit of fighting on the weekend, wasn't there? There's obviously Dylan, Danis, Logan Paul. Bit of a whole thing was.
I've got to tell you, I reckon I'm out when it comes to these fucking YouTubing bullshit.
Especially because how bad they are.
I'm over it. I'm like, you know what, bro? I don't care. It's all just fucking complete and utter crap.
It was so bad. Apparently, though, John Wayne Parr, who's like an Australian fucking kickboxing legend. Well, he's a kickboxing legend. He's also Australian. He was saying that in the last round, the bell should have gone like 13 seconds before Dylan Danis like tried to fucking choke him out. So like he was saying he was speaking about the gambling implications. He was like, if you had fucking Logan winning by decision, the fight should have been stopped 13 seconds before, which means Dylan wouldn't have done the shit he did to get disqualified. And anyone that was betting on Logan to win on points would have fucking won on points, but Dylan got disqualified from like throwing haymakers at fucking security and shit.
So it was scripted.
He's not even saying scripted. He's saying there should be investigated as to why that didn't happen, as to why they didn't fucking ring the bell.
13 seconds. That's fucking ages.
Yeah.
It would have been like, hurry up and do it.
Yeah.
Hurry up and do what you've agreed to.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Your fight's over. Hurry up and fucking start trying to choke me out.
Quickly, fights are like, you got
So
to.
this thing ends with a bang.
Correct. Complete whore. It's like, it is essentially sort of a mixing of
WWE
and fight combat.
Yes.
Yeah. So like they hit each other, so that's all legit. But like, there's also elements of like
all the build up,
fabrication.
all the build up's dumb. That like it's fucking all that online shit was fucking a bit much for me as well. Like
Does cut him with the mic though.
He cut him with the mic. That
Does cut him with the
mate,
mic.
He got him solid with the microphone in that press conference. But like,
and I know you'd be like, yeah, but you two dickheads are talking about like obviously, but
no, it works. It doesn't not work. But like,
I don't give a shit.
I also think when people are like, that's the fight game, man. It's like, it's kind of not though. Like, there's the fight game where people talk shit, sure.
Like Volk doesn't really talk shit at all.
But like, there's, it happens. No one in the history, to my knowledge of like fighting, has had just like some all-out offensive on a guy's missus. Like that was the only form of promotion. That was it. He just hammered the fuck out of his missus on Twitter.
By
photos of her
by just putting up photos.
Yeah.
But was implying that she'd fucked all of them.
Yes.
Even if like she would have.
Even if she's just in a photo with someone, which she could have been. But
he's like, mate, they're on the internet. There's proof. It's like, that's not proof.
But it's just it's the fight game, man. That's the fight game. It's like, it's not though.
Family and shit's not the fight.
Talking a bit of shit's the fight game, sure. Talking shit, absolutely. Face-offs, bit of argy-bargy, bit of how you going. But even like talking real heavy shit about each other, sure. But like, that just didn't feel fight game to me. It felt really like lame.
And then he got in there and barely threw a punch.
He got fucking. You can't even say he got the shit kicked out of him. Like he got beaten comprehensively, but it's like it wasn't a great fucking.
He was just like. Like, what am I watching?
And it was bizarre in the sense of going like, why? Why wouldn't you have more of a crack?
Because obviously he wanted to win.
Or he's not very good. Well, no, but you're not going to win by doing that.
But he obviously thought he wasn't going to win by boxing either.
Or maybe he just didn't want to get knocked out.
You know, the old Homer Simpson wait till he tires scenario.
The rope-a-dope.
The rope-a-dope. It sucked.
Yeah. And then it wasn't
did-
even the main fight.
And it didn't move my penis at all.
No, dude, my penis stayed absolutely down.
Still.
Yeah, still.
Still as a lake in the morning.
Yeah, without a breath of wind.
You know, like mill pond stuff. Not the Titanic hit the fucking iceberg sort of stillness.
Oh, that sort of still.
No movement
No
whatsoever.
movement. No.
Boring.
May as well have been dead.
Like, just doesn't move needles.
And then the main card was Tommy Fury and KSI, who is some, I know he's a YouTube guy as well.
KSI.
He's just, in terms of YouTube guys, for me, it's like, you're not even like, you're nah.
He's big.
He's massive.
I don't know why. I don't know what he does.
I think they all start the same way. They just
I
do
know
like-
that he fought Logan Paul a couple of times. Now they're in business together.
Yeah.
He also makes some music, KSI. I think he had a song with Youngblood and a few other tunes that were getting
So is he a
played
rapper
around.
or a YouTuber?
Well, he's a YouTuber. He started
He
and
was a gamer, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he used to make like FIFA videos, and me and my mates were into him when he was living in his mum's house making FIFA videos, like when he first started. And now he's just fucking huge. Makes all sorts of FIFA videos. He's in on that Prime energy drink as well. And he's had.
So you love your KSI?
No, well, like.
So you are a KSI.
If I were
guy.
to discover KSI right now, I reckon I wouldn't like him. But because I've got that history, I'm like, hey, he used to be funny.
So he fought Tommy Fury.
Yes.
And?
Tommy Fury won.
But I don't even know if it's controversial or not, but basically they landed like 30 punches each.
Tommy Fury did.
Yeah. The percentage of percentage punches landed was like 30%.
It does say the
29%.
commentators believe KSI deserved to win the fight. It was a majority decision to Tommy Fury. Your mate Ariel Helwani
Tommy's
said,
no good, is he?
No, but I don't think he's really trying to be. In the sense he's like, I'm not Tyson Fury, dude. I'm Tommy Fury, and I'm just like gonna fight these cunts for millions.
But his grand final was Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But he was like crying and shit.
But he beat him, and he's probably gonna beat him. They're gonna fight again. He's gonna make millions again.
They're going to fight again.
I think so.
Who gives a shit?
Someone.
People do. Young people.
People
clearly.
watch it, and I will watch it. That's the problem. I watch it.
But we get them for free. I'd never buy that shit.
We bought it on the weekend.
Oh, you did?
$30.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah. Well, that's the only way to watch it because it wasn't on KO. Shout out to KO. This is on DAZN. By all means, reach out.
DAZN. Well, don't we get we got subscription for them though?
Yeah, but you had to pay for that. I had to pay $32.99, I believe.
And they got you. Got your pennies. Listen, credit.
And I didn't even watch a full fight.
No, of course you didn't, because it's fucking dog shit.
No.
Now, at the other end of the spectrum, quite literally, again, we're spectrumed up today, punters and dribblers.
Yeah.
We're not on it. We're on a spectrum.
Yeah.
You could argue I might be on one.
No, we're on. You were on one.
Yeah.
We're on it.
We're on the spectrum. Now, at the other end of the fight spectrum, punters and dribblers, Tszyu absolutely fucking murdered another man.
Yeah.
Almost killed a bloke again.
Yeah. Brian Mendoza got
absolutely fucking pounded.
Our mate Timmy, our good mate Timmy.
Timmy's just he's a different beast.
It's fucking good to see as well. Like he just brutalized him.
There was at one point in the fight when he almost knocked him down, 3 clean uppercuts in a row. You don't see 3 in a row.
Shout out to Brian Mendoza, tough as fucking teak.
There's a lot of tough as teak operators out there, I'm starting to realise. A lot of blokes that won't go down.
Yeah.
A lot of stubborn cunts.
Stubborn cunts.
But it doesn't mean they don't get flogged near to death.
No, he was getting flogged. Tim was like, I think he even said, he's like, in one of those rounds, I think the one where he almost knocked him down, he was making some weird noises.
Well,
like
moaning. He was moaning.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave the ring having been told you were in there moaning.
No, bashed into a moan. Like,
you don't want to get bashed into moaning, not in a ring.
No. Bathroom's a different story.
Well, you want to moan on your own terms.
You do, yeah. You want to be the architect of your own moan.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, someone can ride a moan out of you.
No, listen.
You don't want to have a moan bashed out of you.
You want to be complicitly... I don't want to think about you moaning, dude. Jesus Christ. You want to be complicit in the moan, right? Like...
No one wants to think about another man moaning, Tom. We're not...
Well, listen, it's much easier to think about Brian Mendoza's moan than your moan while being ridden into moan.
I'm saying people can be ridden into a moan.
Yes.
As opposed to having a moan bashed out of you. Yeah. That's not where you want to be.
That's not the moan you want to be having.
You don't want to go back into the ring and look at your wife and her go, heard you moaning in there, sweetheart.
Yeah, but not the moan I'm used to.
Well,
that's the thing. There's a couple of moans. Like, there's a few moans, right? There's the bashing moan. There's the being ridden into a moan, right? That's a good moan. There's probably like a moan... There'd be a moan of like sickness or pain. Well, that's what the Mendoza moan.
Well, okay. What's the difference between a moan and a groan?
I'd say they're similar.
Groan's like,
I think groan's also maybe a bit more like I'm groaning at something that's being done as opposed to like, and I mean like it's not a feeling. A groan isn't a feeling. It's more like a reaction to, like if you say something dumb or Dave says something, Dave-ish, and you go, ugh.
Yes. As opposed
to being ridden. What's that sound like?
Don't know.
But then, like, if you're sick, say you're a young podcaster on the toilet of a Monday.
Yeah, and you're shitting and vomiting. Let's just say.
Yeah. Then that's probably a bit more of like that's a
groan.
It's a moan.
Yeah. So whereas opposed, Jack Edward Archdale comes in, he does a lot of moaning.
His is written moan, though.
Yeah, but his is like...
His is performative moaning, porn moan.
His is, my dirty,
Yeah. Yeah.
My dirty little,
Yeah. His is a performative pornographic moan.
Yes.
Show moan. He's a show moaning.
Yeah, show moaner. Whereas, again,
Mendoza
was forced to moan.
Yeah, he was bashed into it.
In front of millions.
You want to talk about sounds?
Dare I say billions.
Trillions. People, you're talking about sounds coming from people, right?
There was one sound that was the trumped all sounds.
Trumped all sounds. And let's start by saying this, Tim's a dear friend, so we don't want there to be a perception out here that we are critical. We're just merely speaking to a story that is in the news based on the fight yesterday against the Mona Brian Mendoza.
Brian the Mona Mendoza. Yeah.
And that is of Tim Tszyu's sister, whose name escapes me.
Anastasia.
Anastasia. We've seen her up close and personal. We've seen her getting into her work. Her ringside work when Tim's fighting is fucking beyond belief. She is going absolutely fucking mental.
When I was like, I know that sound.
I knew it from the start.
I knew it from the
People
get-go.
were like, "Oh, what's that? Could you?" And I'm like, I know what that sound is.
You and I had seen him fight at the Horden and
From the open.
Not the Horden. Where was it?
Bloody
Q-Bank.
Q-Bank.
So I've been around it. I'm au fait with the sound.
There is no other sound like it on planet Earth than Tim Tszyu's sister screaming at ringside.
It's a sound of passion.
He says he can't hear it. I think he said that did we ask him on the podcast?
Yeah, we asked him. We asked him. He's dialed in. It's the repetitive sound of passion.
Take his soul, Timmer! Take his soul, Timmer! You're the soul taker! You sent him home! Take his soul! Take his fucking soul, Timmer!
It's intense.
It's a lot. Now, listen, that's a passionate sister, passionate for her brother. Far be it from you or I, Eddie, to criticise anyone for passionate, fervent support of a loved one.
I'm not going to sit here on my own podcast and knock passion.
Never.
Not my fucking style. No. Not my go-to.
Not your racket.
All I'm pointing out is that sometimes passion can grate.
Passion can be picked up on the commentary microphones, and it can start to, or the ring microphones, and it can start to. Great word.
Great is a great word. Listen, it was passion that went mainstream.
Well, it went global because they were talking about it on the Showtime. They were talking about it on the Australian commentary. They were talking about it on the US commentary. They were talking about it probably everywhere else. But like,
basically, anyone with ears that was talking about it.
Half sister or full sister? Just interested to know whether she's of Kostra's progeny, because there's a part of me that would think if Kostra was ringside, he'd be saying, "Shut the fuck up."
He never is though.
No, I know. He's been once.
Call it never.
I'm just saying, if Kostra was there, maybe it'd be a different story. Maybe Tim needs it. I don't know. I don't want to. But he was also talking about after the fight Vegas.
I know he was. And he said, he actually called out Vlandis specifically to do something about it, to make a change, to make the world a better place for you and I.
As in to move to Friday so you can fight Saturday?
As in, like, put some money. Let's
get something going here.
Let's get something going. Let's get something
And listen,
going.
No Limit, Tim, Peter, if you need any help from us, not financially.
But we can assist in other ways.
We can assist in amplification.
Yes, correct.
Full sister, yeah.
Full sister.
Maybe Kostra liked it.
Listen.
Kostra seems subdued. Apparently, actually, Kostra's a psycho at ringside as well. So maybe she throws to the sire.
Listen, I'll tell you what you could point out logically is that every time she's been there being passionate, he's fucking flogged blokes near to death.
That's a good point. Listen, as I said, Eddie, you and I are not here impugning the great work of Anastasia Tszyu. No. We're saying great work, we love it. Unfortunately, you can't choose what your ears like and don't like, or what your ears react to positively and negatively. And unfortunately, sometimes, after 12 rounds of this shit, I'm starting to moan like Mendoza.
It's probably the repetitive nature of it, I think.
She's not changing up her routine.
Well, she doesn't let up.
There's a pitch as well. She's sort of just... when you scream, there's obviously not a lot of melody to a scream.
No.
If she was singing it...
Oh, different story.
Getting a bit of Adele into her work.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
that'd be beautiful. That'd be quite nice. The thing is she's the hardest worker in the room. So when she's supporting a bro, she's like she doesn't let up.
And the crowd is loud, but they're not as loud as like I think what like UFC was loud. I don't know, but there's something about the boxing
UFC was loud.
It's louder.
No, but it wasn't loud at Sydney. It was loud at Perth.
It still was louder than than the boxing though.
Oh, but you would have heard Anastasia at Sydney 1,000%.
I think you'd hear Anastasia at everything in Australia.
Except Perth when Volk was fighting. I reckon that was loud as fuck.
Yeah.
People were singing and chanting and shit.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the better of fucking 16, 17,000. I don't even think Anastasia could get the better of 16, 17,000.
No,
Could be
maybe
wrong.
you're right.
Could be wrong. But listen, it clearly didn't affect Timmy, who went out there and took another soul.
Well, it might have helped him.
Charlo needs to stop being a fucking pussy.
Yeah, I know.
And have a real man's crack. I understand that you took the money, get it. But it's now about being a man.
Come on.
And doing what's right.
Doing what's right.
And fighting.
Undisputed it'd be.
Yeah. It'd be fighting Tim Tszyu in Las Vegas on March 3rd or 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's what a man would do.
Or woman.
But in this case, a man.
Because they are men.
Do that and make a young podcaster's dreams come true.
Yep. Because that'll really put a nice cherry on top of what's going to be a fucking week and a half.
Well,
and by a week and a half, I mean actually a week, but as the saying goes.
Is that the saying?
Well, it's not a week and a half, but it's like, you add the half, like it's even better than the allotted time frame that you're referring to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going on Monday, getting back on Wednesday. Call that a week and a half.
Whoops. That was his first official defense of the belt as well.
And it was actually a piece of piss.
Yeah. Cakewalk.
Yep. Which is that implying that it's nothing's easier than like eating cake and walking along?
Because I actually think that wouldn't be the easiest. I tried to walk eating a cheesecake the other day.
You know what'd be easy? I'll tell you what's easier than that. Sitting in a chair and eating cake.
Yeah.
With a plate.
Yeah. Cake seat.
Cake table seat spoon.
Yeah, so the cakewalk, basically like it goes along with the thing takes the cake as in the prize. So a prize walk would be you're walking up to receive your prize and it's a sure thing that you're going to win it. There is some pretty weird stuff about the times of when it came from because it was pre-Civil War and it had to do with slaves, but let's ignore that.
Let's leave that out. Yeah. We don't need to get too...
A lot of sayings have sort of etch beginnings.
I mean, I guess like old worldy sayings originate.
Like a lot of them when we looked up, we're like, oh,
I know,
Jesus.
But they, I don't want to look into them too much because times they change and words change. Do you know what I've been singing I've been singing with my children recently? Kookaburra sits on the electric. Not the electric. That's the primary school one.
Doesn't the kookaburra sit on the old gum tree?
Yes. Old gum tree. Mary, Mary, king of the bushes. Hey, live kookaburra, gay. Your life must be. I knew this already, but it just reminded me. Gay used to be happy. Yeah. Gay was just, you know what I mean?
Gay time. Ice cream.
Gay time.
That's not long for this world.
I reckon it might be.
I reckon the lefties will get their hands on that.
It's too good to change the name.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Dave, I'm surprised
Not
you
a
aren't
chance.
trying to change it.
Hey, Roald Dahl had changed in his books.
Yeah, exactly.
You reckon the gay time is immune?
It's
when
an
Roald
icon.
Dahl wasn't?
Gay time sticking around.
I don't think so. I think
Dave,
I think people wake up one day and get really offended about it.
Dave would drag J.K. Rowling in front of a fucking Balinese firing squad if he could. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to see the gay time.
If J.K. Rowling made anything as good as a gay time, I would have more respect for
Like
her.
Harry Potter?
You're telling me Harry Potter's better than eating a gay time?
Well, just ask the people of the globe.
Yeah.
Gay times, the longevity of gay times.
Ask the people of the globe, and then you get back to me.
It outsold the Bible or some shit. Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, David Shooter. Yep. Or at least he'd put
because apparently she's done nothing.
Yes. No.
So yeah, work that out.
Work that out. Anyway, that was probably my fault that I went down that road.
Last week, punters and dribblers, Tom and I of Never Wrong fame sat here and said there's potential money to be made in doing an underdog multi. Now, it didn't get up, but we were pretty much right. In fact,
right.
I'd say we were correct.
Yeah.
It was, 24 all. There was a couple of penalties at the end that I actually reckon were complete bullshit.
No, the ref fucked us.
The Northern Hemisphere doesn't get rugby union.
Yeah, so we are talking rugby union here. The Northern Hemisphere do not. They were all favourites except. No, they're all
No, they're all favourites except Argentina were favourites, I'm pretty sure.
No, Argentina went through, didn't they?
No, I'm saying so all the Northern Hemisphere sides were favourites.
Yeah, all the Northern Hemispheres were favourites except for
Argentina.
Wales, who were Argentina were favourites. And we knew it. The Northern Hemisphere, it's like...
The Northern Hemisphere don't get it. Like, yeah, you play each other once a year in Six Nations and everyone goes, fucking how good is this? Now, Ireland's never got out of a quarterfinal. France has never won it. England won it, but they robbed us in 2003. Like, otherwise, it's just been a Southern Hemisphere's delight.
Yeah, they're not teams for the big occasion.
Now people go, oh yeah, but Australia's fucking. Where were you this
We're
time?
talking about New Zealand.
We
beat Ireland.
Australia's having a fucking breather. We're just having a bit of
Eddie
a
Jones a traitor, Australia a breather, whatever. We beat Ireland 28-24.
Tom and I are going for our 5th World Cup.
Yeah. What are you going for?
We're into another semi.
We'll
never
win
lost a bled.
I'll win it.
We'll win it.
It'll be New Zealand, South Africa.
No, because it's New Zealand, South Africa semi.
No, it's not, is it?
I think this would be your 6th World Cup, actually.
What, 3 + 2 is what?
5.
Oh, 5. Yes, so it is our 6th. Shit, dude. We're killing it.
We've also never lost a bled. So
Are we playing South Africa?
I
think so. Pretty sure.
No, Argentina.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it can.
dude.
We
Mate,
can
it will
play South
happen.
Africa in the final.
Mate, it will happen. South Africa are going to bash the fuck out of England. New Zealand are going to bash the fuck out of Argentina.
I love that.
And then we win another World
played
Cup.
South Africa in a World Cup final since 95.
Be good to get back.
Do you remember
there.
that?
Yeah, I do remember.
We lost that though.
I know we did, Eddie, but a lot's changed since then. They got their chance in 95. Good on them. Mandela, apartheid, all that shit.
Unification.
I'm all for
something
that.
to do with rainbows then?
But
like the
you know what?
rainbow
It's our time, dude. It's our time to win a third in the last fucking 4.
It's our time to win our 4th. Because South Africa's got 3 and we've got 3 and we want 4.
We want 4.
And we deserve 4, you
Yeah,
and
we
I.
do.
We deserve 4. Who's more deserving of 4 than us?
No one. And technically 6.
I'm talking about for us, but
Yes.
for you and I, it's 6.
Yeah. But
6.
for us is...
I almost want to get it. We should get like Hello Sports jerseys with like 6 little World Cups.
I think you're going to say tattoos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get 6 bills. With the years under them.
You could argue that we're the Bills' favourite people because he keeps coming back to us.
It'd be an easy argument, Eddie.
He keeps coming back to us.
Yeah.
A lot of tears out of the Irish after the game. Can't help but feel like they were going to win a World Cup. It would have. I think it probably would have helped if someone had gone into the sheds before and said, "You've never won a quarterfinal. You've never got past quarterfinals in a World Cup, and you never will." So just accept your fate.
Yeah, you see, they let us get out to an early lead. I think we were like 13
At least.
0 up, 14 0 up. Sorry, they let us get out to an early lead, which you can't do against us.
No, you can't. Not against us.
Not against us.
We're too strong, too powerful. And then France, who were winning, just
Pulled a Frenchie.
they
Put up the white flag.
They put up the white flag.
Surrenderers.
Yeah, it was like roll over in 4 weeks sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Weakness.
Yeah.
Like,
Whereas-
love the French, love
No,
what they're
love
about,
the French.
love them as a
Bonjour.
people. Bonjour, Mademoiselle.
sending us the rosé, Mademoiselle. Yeah, that's good. Well done, Ed. Je m'appelle Kiwi.
Croissant.
Well done.
Je m'appelle Edward.
Yep. I said
Si.
Kiwi. Si.
Ce soir.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Bang.
Avec moi.
Avec moi.
Ce soir.
So we get the French. We're big French people. We're big
Yeah,
French
I
guys.
love France.
All we're saying is don't hate a white flag. That's all
No,
we're saying.
Surrender, guys and girls. But us Kiwis, bruh, we just keep coming. Keep coming. Richie Mo'unga. What a fucking representation of our great country.
Stallion.
Stallion, dude. Sam Whitelock.
That steal at the
That
end.
steal at the end. 2-time World Cup winner. Old as Methuselah. Looks like a fucking
But can still,
ghost. He's so old.
yeah, but can still
Still
nut.
in there pilfering balls when the game's at 38 phases or some shit the Irish had at the end there.
Who steals nut better than Methuselah?
Well, if you're around long enough, you're bound to steal a bit of nut. You know? You're bound.
You're bound to. Now, Fiji were robbed by
Fiji
English.
were robbed. It is what it is, and our underdog bet, our dog bet.
It was fucking close. So 24-all, you thought you felt like, Jesus, we could be on here for young and old.
Yeah.
Because we get World Cups and we get how they work.
Yeah,
and how they work is that Southern Hemisphere teams always beat the North, generally speaking.
Yeah.
We're having a year off, but we're also not. If that makes sense.
We never have a year off. We're having it.
We've had a couple of years off. Like 2019, we had a year off.
Yeah, but, you know.
But other like 2015, we were on. 2011, we were on. 2007, we had off.
Who the fuck remembers 2019? But also, they were shit years for rugby generally, right? Where it was just penalty.
2007, like that was the ultimate year for the penalty.
Was that South Africa? Or was that 2011?
South Africa, England.
Was it 2011?
No, the ultimate year for the penalty.
No, it was 2011, wasn't it?
No, that was South
2007.
Africa, England, 2007. Although
2011 was New Zealand, France.
Yeah, 8-7.
Oh, 8-7. That was actually a good
But
game.
the year of the penalty.
There was no try in that 2007 final, was it?
There was no tries, yep.
Yeah. That was great. So
How do you get 8-7 without any tries?
No, the South Africa, England.
Right.
There was no
the
tries.
year of the penalty.
The year of the penalty, 2007.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yuck.
What a disgusting time. I tell you how you knew that was a foul time to be alive. New Zealand were wearing grey.
Yeah. That's right. That's when they got
Like,
knocked out
what
in
are
the
we
quarters.
doing?
Yeah, what were we thinking?
Well, I don't know what we were thinking. And then the Wallabies, we had that fucking,
Sticky
rank
shit.
sticky shit.
Yeah, well, grip technology.
Too grippy.
Yeah, way too grippy. I don't know what we
You
were
couldn't get the
thinking.
ball off your chest. You couldn't pass it. I don't know what.
Stuck there. It was
What
like
were
Velcro.
what were we thinking?
I don't know what we were thinking.
I don't know what we were thinking. That wasn't a good time for us.
No, it wasn't. Or
But
us.
pump, dude. Another semi.
Another semi.
Another semi, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, bang.
Another semi.
Bang.
And probably another bill, let's be honest.
Another semi, another bill, take a semi, and take a bill.
Well, listen, let's put it this way. Another World Cup final.
Yep.
Probably against our old rival, South Africa. Because England suck and Argentina are no good.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck who gets through either if England or South Africa do, because we'll win.
It'll be a great final, though,
Yeah, we'll be.
against our old foe, South Africa.
Yep. Or our old foe, England.
Both foes.
Both foes.
Both old.
Yeah.
But if you were in camp, this is the North's year,
You're
you
an
don't
idiot.
get it.
No, you don't. You don't understand. You don't get it.
What more did France want? Lead late at home.
Oh, that's right. Out of your own World Cup in the quarters, you fucking idiots.
It's weak. It's pathetic.
It's weakness, dude. What are you doing at home?
Interestingly,
With a good side. Did their fucking player come back as well, their half?
who's
They're fucking like the DuPont or whatever his name is?
The man of the fucking
Like the greatest player in the world? Is it DuPont?
yes.
I think
did
he
he
was.
play? He was questioning the ref. Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
then he would have
Yeah,
been
he
playing.
was playing.
I think if he was questioning the fucking.
Well, he
ref.
could have been saying it from the sidelines. But I was going to say, South Africa have never lost a Rugby World Cup final.
Is that who you're going for?
No. God, no.
But you're a South African.
No, I'm not. I was born in Australia.
Right. Well, listen. Yeah, but you also weren't born in Queensland, so.
Yeah. So what's
That's a fair
what's
point.
stopped
Or
you?
Melbourne.
I think I'm going for Argentina.
Why aren't you going for New Zealand?
Why would you go for Argentina?
Why aren't you going for New Zealand?
Because they've won enough. Let someone else have a turn.
Why didn't you go for South Africa though?
Because why would I go
Okay,
for that?
okay. No,
You
no,
got
no,
a
no.
fucking South African accent.
I don't...
Yeah, you do.
You do.
And also, you saying
Depends
that.
who's asking.
Well, I'm not asking.
But also,
I'm just-
you said that they've won enough, but you go for Queensland. You've never been there. Haven't they won enough?
No.
right. But your logic is
You go for the Storm. Haven't they won enough?
No.
Right.
So
but
there's
New
just
Zealand
no-
hasn't.
there's
Right.
just no
Yeah,
logic.
New Zealand have
There's
won
no-
enough.
Right.
There's no point.
So New Zealand. So our nation's won 3 World Cups. Right.
Yeah.
Queensland won fucking 10
Origins.
11 in 12 years, and that wasn't enough.
No.
Right. So
Isn't- why
again,
do
I
have to
like to. I
explain
love
this?
defeating you with logic. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
It's also the easiest thing. To do.
It's so easy. It's just a complete and utter layup.
Uh,
The South African with the South African accent who doesn't go for South Africa. Interesting. Very interesting.
That's okay. He's turncoating it. He's turncoating.
Oh no, but of course it makes sense.
Of course it makes sense. Did you see? This is actually fucked. Ronaldo.
Which one? Because I've got old Ronaldo on the mind.
No, not old Ronaldo.
Because
Fucking-
obviously off the Beckham documentary,
no,
I'm seeing a lot more of old Ronaldo, and
no.
I've got to tell you, Huge fan.
Yeah. I would say I'm talking
Cristiano.
Modern
Cristiano.
Ronaldo. Modern Ronaldo. Neo Ronaldo? Is that how you'd say it? I don't know.
I'd say Cristiano.
Yeah.
I don't know if his name's Neo.
No, it's not. Are you sure?
Neo Ronaldo.
He is facing 99 lashes by an Arabic country, Iran, for adultery. Now, for the act of hugging and kissing a woman who was not his wife.
Why was he in Iran?
I don't know. But
he was traveling to Tehran to play against Persepolis for an Asian Champions League.
Right,
so,
okay.
Now, I just read that and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like the Middle East, obviously that's very hectic. You then see the video. It is like a heavily, heavily disabled woman who has done some paintings of him, and he comes in and she looks like she's got like cerebral palsy or something like that. She's in a wheelchair. He comes in, gives her a hug, all the fucking paintings that she's done for him are around. Checking our saved Instagram potentially, Dave.
I think it's in this video somewhere. This is what the
Right,
article
but there's like
linked
a
to.
literal saved video on our Instagram, which is like all that they're fucking getting done for, all that he's getting done for. Look at this.
Hello.
Unmute.
Fatma. Good? It's been here. Wow.
Look at this sweet girl. Is incredibly talented artist. She's fucking absolutely rapt about meeting Ronaldo.
Thank you.
Cuddle. Gives her a little kiss on the hijab there. It's actually fucking.
What the fuck?
It's actually like really fucking sad. That
he's-
makes me feel really sad.
So he's facing 99 lashes.
Well, I just think he'd probably gonna go, well, how about I just don't go back to Iran?
Well, he's not going to go back. You wouldn't go back to Iran.
If
If you wanted there for 99 lashes.
Yeah,
no.
well, what it says here is that there have been several lawsuits filed against him, and he could face 99 lashes, which is the punishment for adultery.
Listen,
It's fucking absurd. Adultery.
that's absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's fucking absurd in the extreme.
There's absolutely no way Ronaldo's going back to fucking Iran.
It's a fucking it's a backwards way. Like, it's just more backwards than I could have even imagined.
That's
I thought
like-
it must have been some, like, again, I didn't think he was fucking someone. I knew that they had pretty strict beliefs as it pertained to that sort of shit, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, what do they fucking think was going on there?
Yeah. She just
It was a really sweet moment that's been like etchly sullied by really fucking.
it's not something I can like. That just doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
Like there's not a smidgen.
Not a what?
Not a smidgen.
A schmidgen.
Smidgen. Smidgen.
Smidgen. Okay.
Schmidzen.
Anyway, the last thing I wanted to play, Eddie, for you was that video directly below it.
Oh, yep.
Of 3-time premiership winner Jerome Luai getting into his fucking work. Dude's got some pipes on him. Sing sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see a video on Punters and Dribblers world-acclaimed Facebook group on the weekend of Jerome hitting a couple of choice notes.
Oh, you got to hear it.
The man can fucking sing.
And you know what's funny? And like, again, with Jerome, like, you can be a polarizing figure, like, day to day, but like all he's literally doing is just singing because he likes to sing, and it's something he's doing in an off season. There's some dribblers who get around being like, and by dribblers here I mean just people, because I don't think the true dribbler spirit would hate on someone for having a sing. They're like, fuck, this is a bit fart sniffy. You're like, is it though? He's just having a fucking sing. He just
Do they say the same thing to Dale Finucane when he gets up there with his guitar?
Now that is a man who sniffs his farts, Dale Finucane.
Fart sniffing's getting up at your best mate's wedding off your guts, throwing out your speech
Correct.
and playing a shocker.
Yeah. But this
This is just him singing
It's a
because
man
he's got
singing.
a nice voice.
and I didn't mean that about Dale Finucane. He's not fart sniffy at all. But Jerome can fucking belt him out. Kind of hot.
Used to spend my nights out. Liquor was the only love I've known. But you rescued me from reaching for the
It doesn't even like match him.
No.
His voice.
No.
It doesn't match him at all. I don't think.
Sing it with me, guys. Oh, it's smooth. Tennessee whiskey.
Man can sing.
Oh, it's sweet.
There's just no denying it, Tom.
Strawberry wine.
How fucking talented is that cunt?
It's just you can't deny it.
But like, talented.
Well, the man's talented. Can play rugby league, can sing.
Can play rugby league, can sing.
Can't
Look
do
at some of these
speeches.
comments. Jesus Christ, people are
But yeah, the
fucked.
fact that people can't
I'm not
just
even
let
gonna
him
read 'em.
have this. Nothing special.
No. Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it. No.
They just can't let him have this. It's a good singer. You can't deny that.
People though, like, look at these people. People are just fucked, dude. They just write comments like this.
Trolls, mate.
I know, but there's like just so many people. Like, you call them trolls, whatever. Like, there's trolling and there's trolls, and there's just people that are just like really fucking clearly not happy. Don't you reckon you have to?
I think they're one and the same, to be honest. If you're
but I'm saying there's a
motivated
bit
to
different.
if you're motivated to fucking write shit,
Dylan Danis to me is a troll in
True.
terms of that sort of behaviour, whereas this is just like really bitter cunts.
true. Is that right? Is that a bit of right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that a bit of right?
I sent my children to school with warm weather clothing. Let's hope they're not freezing.
What do you think of Madge Maguire, mate?
Oh, that's right, Madge. What the fuck else are we going to do? Larkham?
Guru.
Guru. Well, Guru was obviously our choice. They didn't fucking want to go with Guru, though, did they?
Time will tell, I think, is basically the only answer.
He's never played Origin. We fucked up with Freddie. We were all off him, but we weren't thinking. We were cutting off our nose to spite our face. We were hurt and we were pissed off about this year's Origin. We were like, fucking get rid of him, but we didn't think about what that means for then who do you replace him with. Big mistake on our part. Now we got Madge Maguire, who hopefully will be great, but I'm not holding my breath. If I was going to hold my breath, I could die.
Don't hold your breath, mate. You wouldn't be a great holder of breath anyway.
I used to be able to hold my breath for a little bit when I was
How
younger.
long?
Minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Do you go the hyperventilation method?
Didn't. Just used to be in the pool and just used to practice.
Minute and a half. It's pretty rock solid.
Yep.
What do you reckon you could knock out now?
30.
30 the best?
30 seconds probably before I'd start freaking out. 30 might be pushing it.
30's
30's not nothing.
it's not it's not nothing. 30's not nothing.
Let's do a timer.
We just gone the old school way?
Just old school. Just
Yeah. Right.
got to block your nose though. Or do you just have the
Well, I'm not
gentleman-
gonna cheat.
Are you okay? All right. I know you. All right.
You don't know me.
I know you.
Wait, I'll get the.
So it'll just be three, like
Yeah,
just
you get
one
up.
deep breath, just
Yeah,
in, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
I'm going to try get like maybe like 40 seconds.
Do you want me to
I
count
reckon
you
that'd be
down?
impressive. Yeah, go 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Just wanted that minute. Just wanted that minute.
I knew you just wanted that minute. So
Just
I
wanted
was
that
like,
minute.
I'm just going to start sharking him, making him think that I'll just drop as soon as a minute hits. And then you dropped. Oh, shark.
Got to that 30 and I was like, this is fucked.
You know what's fucked as well is like you hold your breath, then you realise actually holding the air in is this is what me anyway. Holding the air in was making it harder, so I was having to just like release the air inside my lungs.
Apparently you actually die of carbon dioxide buildup, not of lack of oxygen. That's what fucks you up first.
I'm not mad at 107. Makes my 130 actually not seem that good now you think about it. I was a fucking kid.
I also think being underwater gives you an extra few seconds because, like, you're out in the air, you know you can breathe out whenever. If you're underwater, obviously you're not forced underwater, but you're like, all right, I'm going to stay in as long as I can.
Yeah, but I think you're less likely to redline in water for fear of death.
Correct.
Yeah, that's probably true. If you're in a pool surrounded by...
If you black out and you're in, like, if I blacked out now, I'd just start breathing again. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Whereas if I do it in a pool, then I'm
Good
fucked.
night, nurse. Unless I'm there to help you out.
Even still.
Well, even then I may
You probably
not
don't
want
know CPR.
I wouldn't have to give you CPR. I'd just drag you up.
What if I breathed in water?
I'll just make you gag until you vomit it up.
See, I'm not filled with confidence at all.
Is that because you don't have a gag reflex or?
Correct? Right.
See you later. Oh, shout out to Sam Margin coming on the potty on Sunday, lead singer of the Rubens. Go check it out if you haven't heard it already. Good man. And
Reach out, tell him, mate.
yeah, reach out, tell him, mate. Okay. Oh, and sucked in England. You lost to Afghanistan in the One Day World Cup. We suck, but sucked in England. We're not good either, but England are worse.
Way worse.
You lost to Afghanistan.
Losers.
Losers, bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?